I can't put pepper
Yeah,
in your
pepper
hand,
has
girl.
to pass, oh God.
We go fight.
And now talk about my granny. She would have had my head for taking the pepper from your hand.
So if you're confused by what just happened there,
Yeah, no.
old Trinidadian superstition.
Don't do it.
I cannot give kids pepper,
Hand to hand.
hot pepper that is, in her hand.
My friends and foodie fam, this is How to Foodie Nation, and today, a good classic green seasoning. Let's get blending. Green seasoning.
Green seasoning.
The most used ingredient here on How To.
Yeah.
We throw green seasoning in everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It seems like every single dish I make for foodie is green seasoning. But
yeah, for sure.
It's one of these sort of like building blocks to Trinidadian
Yes,
cuisine.
correct.
Right? So much so that, we refer to it as green seasoning because we always think, yeah, well, green seasoning. We always assume that everybody's gonna know exactly what we mean by green seasoning.
Correct.
Right? But just to make it, make it clear and make sure that everybody understands what we mean by green seasoning, we're gonna do green seasoning today.
Yes, please.
All right?
And for green seasoning, we back with some of our favorite ingredients.
Definitely. So, from my left, we're gonna start, right? So we have shadow Beni.
Yes.
Right? So this is what the leaf looks like. The other name for shadow Beni is Culantro, right? Which is not cilantro.
Two
it's
different things.
Culantro, right?
Cousins, but not same.
Exactly, right? Cilantro actually looks a little bit more like this guy here.
Okay.
Right? Like celery. So this is quite pungent, right? But it's such an important building block for Trinidadian cuisine.
Correct.
Now, I have seen this called by one other name in the UK.
Okay.
I've seen it called Thai parsley.
Okay.
Yeah, right? So
Never heard it before, but
if you can't find, if guys in the UK, if you can't find culantro easily, you want to go to the sort of Asian supermarkets or groceries or markets itself and see if they have Thai parsley. That's what you're looking for. Right?
got it.
Good.
Next.
Next one, we have, now this grows in almost every yard here.
Everybody,
right?
yeah.
Everybody has it. It grows, you just throw it there and it grows by itself.
For free.
Right? This is broadleaf thyme. Okay? This is quite pungent. There are other names for this that we call it is broadleaf
Spanish thyme.
Spanish thyme. Podina is another one, right? This is quite pungent. And what I feel like it takes a while to learn that with this particular one, less is more.
Less is more.
Right? So you see, we don't have much going on here. We just have a few leaves.
Okay.
Yeah? It's because that's all we really need
Right.
to balance off this entire thing.
Okay.
Right? We have here some ginger that's been peeled.
Right.
Here's the cool thing. I didn't actually use a knife to peel this ginger.
You just scrape it up.
Well, kinda. You know the green scouring pads you use to wash dishes with?
Oh.
You just go like that underneath the tap while the water's running.
Yeah.
Scrape, and it peels.
My
Right?
mommy just scrape it off, so I just scrape it off too.
All you ever really need to do with ginger, Kez, is you just need to get the dirt off. You can
Yeah.
actually leave the skin on.
Really?
Yeah, you can leave the skin
Okay.
on. It's completely edible.
Okay.
So, next time you want to run and sort of peel, you don't actually have to do that.
Nah, just make
Right?
sure the ginger is all off and it's clean.
Now, ginger, although we have it here for today, this is actually a little bit optional. Not every single dish needs ginger in it.
Okay.
Yeah. I would, if I'm building this green seasoning to do curries,
Yeah.
I'll leave out the ginger.
Right.
That's just me. You may want to put ginger in yours all the time. You go right ahead.
And I think that's a cool thing about green seasoning. It can be tailored to your dish and your taste.
Yeah. Right. And if you've grown up always having ginger, you go
use
right
your
ahead.
ginger. You
right?
use your ginger. Next.
Fine thyme.
Right.
Right. So as you can see, we always have some left on the counter when you pick it up, right?
Yeah. It's always a mess.
Yeah, but this again is extremely fragrant, really, really aromatic, right? I've seen people just chuck the entire bundle in like that. I've seen people, what I tend to do is I tend to peel it.
Just peel it.
Yeah, I just pull all these
Pull it
tiny
off.
leaves off, right? However you want to use it, it's an important ingredient, right? So, fine thyme. We have our garlic.
Right.
I don't have to explain
No
our garlic,
explanation.
right? Except when somebody calls for 3 or 4 garlic, I need to put 14.
10. At least
Right?
10 minimum.
Right? I love garlic. We have half of a Scotch bonnet pepper.
Okay.
Right? Just because I just want to make sure I have a balanced heat. I don't have too much on one side. So
Okay.
half of a Scotch bonnet pepper. This you do for the heat. If you want more flavor than heat.
Yeah.
What you do is then you take out the seeds.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm going to leave the seeds in.
No, please leave the seeds.
You need a little fire.
We like the little kick.
A little fire, right?
All right.
We call it chive. Other places call it scallion.
Yeah, yeah.
Other places call it green onion. And other places call it spring onion. All the same thing.
Same thing. Looks
Right?
like this.
Yeah, this is basically what it is, right? Now, the reason that this is referred to as green onion, spring onion, is actually quite oniony.
Yeah, especially the bottom.
Yeah, especially the white part, right? So you use this, again, a critical one for green seasoning.
Okay.
The majority of the green and green seasoning
Comes from there.
comes from right there,
Gotcha.
right? Now, this one is extremely, extremely important. These peppers we know here as pimento peppers.
Flavoring peppers.
Flavoring peppers, seasoning peppers, pimento peppers,
Yes.
right? It can be challenging to get this exact pepper out of Trinidad,
Yeah, if you're not in the Caribbean, it's a problem.
right? It could be an issue, right? These have no heat or maybe just the tiniest amount of heat,
Little thing.
right? But I would say no heat whatsoever,
Yeah.
but packed full of flavor.
Correct.
Right? Now, thanks to one of my friends from a group called Marvelous Meals, thank you so much, Lee. He showed me that there's a pepper called Pimento Padron. Hear the R's, right?
Run it back one more time for the people.
Pimento Padron
Pimento Padron.
or
Okay.
Padrones,
Got
right?
it. Got it. So
If-
this is the substitute.
That is the substitute,
Okay.
right? Now, you can, and he's from the UK, right? You can get it in the supermarkets. You look for Pimento Padron or Padrones, right?
Okay.
If you find this in United States, go right ahead.
Good to
If
go.
it's this or if the Padrones one. If you absolutely can't get your hands on it, then you're going to use what we call sweet pepper or green pepper or bell pepper, right?
And if you can't find that, you just have to sit down and cry.
Yeah, if you can't find that, it's cheese, bread,
Sadness.
dinner, right? So,
And our last friend over here.
right. So this one, some people love it, some people don't use it at all, right? So we have our celery,
Celery.
right? You know, it's this one you have. There's a subtlety of flavor about it,
Yeah.
a real subtlety of flavor, and
So much so that people just leave it out.
yeah, a lot of people leave it out. You know, curry dishes, 50-50, you can put it in, you're going to taste it. If you leave it out, the curry's still going to be good, you know. I tend to use this more for like Creole food.
Okay.
So my stews and like pilau and soups and stuff like that, that's where I want to taste this, right?
Alright.
But if you want to put it in to all your foods, go right ahead. It's a herb, it's aromatic, you can't go wrong,
It's
right? Okay, so
Let's get it going.
yeah, no. Normally, when I'm making my green seasoning, you've seen me do it a few times before. I use oil,
Right?
right?
So we're looking for the kind of paste
That's when we want a kind of sticky paste
that
texture.
we want to adhere something
Exactly,
to.
I want it to like stick to the meat. I tend to do it a lot when
Right.
I'm doing roasting and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
correct.
Normally, it's just plain water.
So if not
Right.
oil, water.
Yeah, so we're gonna use water today. Right, so time to get the knife skills going, the knife action.
Go, 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 my friend. Go, go, go.
How much fingers I have? 5?
5. I'll check back at the end.
Check back at the end, right?
You get started.
So, here's what we're gonna do. Now, you notice we have a little food processor here, right? Okay. Every time that you're gonna, if you have a nice big blender, that's perfect, that's fine. Throw them right in, right?
But we have your little processor.
Now listen, the reason we're using that is I want to prove that you don't need the most technologically advanced, you know, you don't need a blender with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and all them things, right?
Okay.
I am deliberately using a simple machine
You go ahead, my
just to
man.
show you that you can do it,
You
right?
go ahead.
Now, left-handed again,
Yeah.
right?
Left hand is not the best, but moving on.
We're just gonna cut. You notice I'm not gonna go too small.
Just a rough chop.
Yep. So, this
I'm
goes
just gonna
in.
grab all these things from you, and you can keep going.
Perfect.
Yes, thank you.
All right. We have our broadleaf or Podina.
Green seasoning is such a wonderful thing to make at home, and I know everybody
Yeah.
does it their own special way. Like There are people who, like you said, don't use ginger at all or don't use celery at all. And I'm wondering, of course, what is it that our friends at home do? So guys, I know everybody has their unique green seasoning recipe. Tell us in the comments. I want word for word. Tell me how you make your green seasoning. Learning is all about sharing that knowledge. So I need to know from you guys, what do you all do?
Exactly. So the next thing about green seasoning, Kez, like for me, when I'm cooking at home, I actually have all these ingredients. They're always in the fridge.
Yeah.
Right? And I tend to cut and blend right as I'm cooking.
Fresh.
So I don't actually store it in a bottle in the fridge, right? Which is not saying that you can't. So there's different schools of thoughts on it. So I tend to do it fresh. I always think I get a better result like that. I don't know how do you do it?
Like, I think for the most part, growing up, my grandma, she would make a whole vat of green seasoning. But that's because when she was making seasoning to season all the meat for the month, the 2 months, everything one time. So she would make a whole set. And whatever was left over, she'd stick that in the fridge and use that out in a week. Done. Now I'm also like you. I'm more partial to fresh, ready to go one time.
Yeah, no.
Do it, use it one time. Because the flavors are just stronger to me when you make that green seasoning nice and fresh ingredients.
So. No, it's not that it's wrong to store it. It's not. That's cool. That's fine. If you've grown up doing it, you go ahead and do it. I can't put pepper in your hand, girl.
Oh God.
We go fight.
And now talk about my granny. She would have had my head for taking the pepper from your hand.
So if you're confused by what just happened there,
no.
Old Trinbagonian superstition.
Don't do it.
I cannot give kids pepper.
Hand to hand.
Hot pepper, that is, in her hand. Otherwise, we're going to fall out.
Yeah, and we have too much of a good thing going on here for us to bust up. So no.
All right. So, I'm going to just rough cut again on the pimento.
Yep.
And pimento is something, personally, I think I go overboard on pimento. But then
pimento has a distinct flavor that I think is so nice in green seasoning. It really is a shame if you can't get it.
I love it. And, I haven't gotten any complaints on the food so far, so far, that is. Right?
Pimento, for me, is only second to garlic. Those two are a must.
That is so true.
Those two are a must.
Kezzianne, what I want you to do?
Yeah, I will assist you, my friend.
I know you know what to do.
I knew that is where this was going. You hand me all too. And you just push those bad boys down. Boom, 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 in.
Perfect.
I love the smells that we're getting already from these ingredients. Love, love, love those smells.
You have to love green seasoning. Like I say, I choose my words carefully.
Yes.
They are the building blocks. These are the foundation of Trinidadian cooking.
Correct. And I'm sure buying bottle seasoning is convenient when you have to.
Very cool. No problem at all.
It's fine. No problem there. No issue. But if you can take the time just to make that batch, it goes all the way better.
You know what else happens as well when you build your seasoning like this? You start to understand flavors. You start to understand what works together, what may be risky to put together. You start to understand how some flavors impact different types of meat or fish.
Right.
Yeah. So the more that you practice doing this and practice, tasting it at different points, etc., the better you get in the kitchen.
Well, I pretty much think I get all I could get.
You get all I could get?
I get all I could get out at this point in time. All I could get. The rest is just on the table.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, man.
All right.
We cool. A little something here.
Let me help you clean up a little bit. All right. So we have some celery. We have space inside there.
No, we have.
The
man who brought the small processor asking me if we have the space.
No, well, I had to make sure.
We have to make the space. Don't worry. We'll just have to push it down and move it around and we'll be fine.
You're doing well though.
I think so.
All right. This is a little bit again.
All right.
Right. So here's another trick, right? When you only have like a small machine like this, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna add a little water.
Okay.
We're gonna blend it. We're gonna get that down, and then we make space to get our big greens in.
Makes sense.
And look, eyeball it. Yeah. You put a little too much. Who cares? You know what I mean? Perfect.
Right. So.
Yep. Look at the color of that.
Good to go, man. We have space.
Right.
We have space. We have space.
Now smell that.
Yeah, you don't even need to put your nose close to it because as you open it
I
up,
can smell it from here. Oh yeah,
it's gonna be
yeah.
flavorful. It's gonna be flavorful.
Right, so we have what we call chive, scallion, spring onion, green onion.
The last man to come to the party.
Yeah. So you always want to, I mean, it's not the rule.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to blend this down before you put all this leaf inside.
Just to make space.
Yeah.
And that's it, you know. Green seasoning is simple stuff.
That's it.
Simple stuff, but so impactful.
All right, Kez.
Thank you very much.
Get rid of this for you. All right, I think maybe a little bit more water.
Yeah, I think so. We're good to go.
Yes.
I'll see you
I
now.
think you're good there, you know. Or do you
man's
have like
stuck.
one lone soldier, you know?
Stuck, he's
Always,
stuck.
there's always one.
Can we just scrape down these sides?
There's always one piece of seasoning that always want to just act the fool.
Yeah. And just make sure that everybody is
Yeah.
down there. We good, we nice. One more time and we'll be good. And there you have it.
That's it.
That is it. Smells like a party. A green party. Oh gosh.
Yeah,
The man fancy processor.
Listen, it's not my fault you know how to, use machinery of a certain
This
type.
is not mine, brother. This is yours. You bring your thing to my kitchen.
Yeah, no.
Easy peasy.
Guys, look at that. Yeah, does that, like, it looks appetizing from here. You know what I mean?
And really and truly, it's easy to see why we call it green seasoning because, well, it's green.
You see the little shards of color, the little red from the pimento.
From the pimento, of course.
etc.
Yeah.
But the aroma, the smell, I mean, look, I'm smelling from here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, perfect.
Fresh, quick, easy, and worth the time, guys. And of course, be sure to tell us what makes your green seasoning special. What do you put in yours? Because we love hearing from you. We love sharing with you as well. So if you try our recipe for green seasoning, let us know. Until next time. We have to season something.
Yeah, so that means I have to cook again.
Yeah, I think you won't have in the fridge. Have some meat, you know.
All right.
I'm going to put Dave to work, guys.
Yes, they will.
Until next time, bye-bye.